Here with Tobias Butler, Tyreek Tolen, and Josh Scruggs of Batesburg-Leesville. Sort of take back to that last regular season loss and then going into the playoffs. Just what was the team's attitude at that point?
We're definitely playing with a chip on our shoulder and ready to go in the playoffs hungry for a win. We did not want to end our season on a loss. I think especially with playing Barnwell and coming back to the lower state championship, having to play them, it just makes us even more hungry for that win to go to the state championship.
And just also when it comes to, after you got that first win at Academic Magnet, did that, and knowing that you had to win every game on the road, what does it take to keep that focus on the road, or is it a lot easier playing on the road as compared to playing at home where you're playing in front of all that tradition and everything else that goes with playing at Batesburg-Leesville?
Which kind of deems us the term road warriors. We take pride in that, no matter where we play, we're going to play with a lot of heart and play with Panthers tradition.
Coach talked about in Barnwell those 2 turnovers. How are you able to sort of still keep focus in terms of not going into that fall into like, oh, this is going to be the same thing that happened the last time we played?
Turnovers, I had talking to the quarterback, and he just said, we're just going to make it through this, and then we just got to come up on top, and then we came on top.
Speaking of quarterback, you didn't have Bishop the last game and a half. He was out in the third quarter against Calhoun, and then you didn't have him against Barnwell. Having him back in this playoff run, how much has that been a help?
It definitely helps us as an offensive unit. He's an athlete, we respect him, he respects us, and he's just a great leader. Despite him being a junior, he plays like a senior, and we really appreciate him and how much he plays, how hard he plays for us too.
Him and yourself, Tyreek, y'all seem to sort of play off well with each other. Just sort of talk about that synergy y'all have.
Sometimes like before the game, we always have a talk before we play. Be like, we got to come up on top and we should work together no matter what happens. And then we just going.
Well, you're going against an Abbeville team that's beaten y'all the last 3 times y'all played them. Just how much is that a motivation doing? This is a team you know so very well.
It's definitely a bad taste in the mouth from the last time we played them, and we want them to pay back on it to get what we deserve.
What is it meaningful more when you're facing a team that you know so very well? I mean, that you've played really your entire career?
Definitely, I think so. It's, especially with both towns having such a great tradition with all the state championships that we have, and we know that nothing less is expected of us than a state title.
I guess, what do y'all expect in terms of stadium atmosphere playing at a school like Benedict?
We're doing well. We're going to get the crowd right. Have the crowd to get us.
We've always had a good fan base. We know that everybody's going to turn out. Probably the whole time Batesburg's going to be so quiet you hear a pin drop. But we know we'll have our fan base behind us, and they'll always be pumped up.
Having been used to playing on the road so much, just how do you sort of keep that mentality that you've had these last 4 games?
Just stay focused and just stay humble, and then just work together as a team and just keep our goal, one team, one dream.
That's the only other thing is just for someone who's looking from the outside, and they mentioned Batesburg-Leesville and the tradition, just what does that tradition mean to you?
It means a lot, especially when people in our town look up to win this game.
It means everything. That's what our town's based off of. When you hear Batesburg-Leesville, the only thing you hear of is Shealy's barbecue and Panther football. So it's definitely a great thing to be able to play for that. So we know the expectations that we're held to. And riding down the game Friday night, there was the streets were lined with all the fans and everything, police escort out of town. And that just made me realize that what we play for and who we play for.
Mm-hmm. Needless to say, if y'all win Friday, it's going to be a lot of barbecues this weekend then.
Definitely.
Okay.